Hello and welcome back. Today I'm going to be making rosemary smelts. So I'm going to coat them with some flour that I've added the salt and pepper to. As you can see, I'm just going to mix this all up. Make sure you have enough flour so you're excuse me, so you're not running back and forth getting flour. And you want to make sure that your smelts, once you take them out of the package and you wash them thoroughly, which is just putting them in a bowl, filling it up with water, washing, putting your hands in there, washing them a little bit, and then just rinsing them off. So once you've done that, take them and put them on a cookie sheet that's filled or lined with paper towels, because what you want is you want to make sure that they're dry. The last thing you want is to put your smelts in the flour and then you make dough instead of just coating the fish really nicely before you fry them. So in my particular location, there's no yes, there's a seafood section in my supermarket, but they don't have a lot of variety of fish. These fish I ended up buying frozen. I defrosted them, and I'm going to use them. So it was a convenience in the way that they were already cleaned for me, so I don't have to really do much except wash them, cook them, and I'll show you the next step once I get these fish coated with some flour. Thank you very much. Okay, we're ready to put the smelts into the hot oil. In Greece, when I was growing up, the fisherman would come to the village and he would call out, "Psaria, Psaria!" And all the villagers would know the fisherman was in the village, and they would run out to go buy their fresh fish. Now, they also had the produce man that would come and bring fresh vegetables or fresh fruits. And we basically ate fresh every day because of that. The village was about an hour away from Hora, which is the big town, and it was very difficult for people to go on the bus every day and go grocery shopping, especially since they had their olive groves and they had their masticha that they had to harvest, and every season had its time. So if it wasn't olive season, it was masticha season. If it wasn't masticha, it was time to plow the land and plant the seeds for the hay, the viko, everything like that. So anyway, I grew up with my yaya and papu on the little island of Chios, my brothers and sisters, and it was something that I wouldn't ever give up. That was a great time. So we're gonna wait, see when all of it is all done. One tip that I would give you that my yaya would say the fish are ready is they would crackle. So when it's browned, I'm going to turn them over in a few minutes, brown them, turn them over, and then when it's about ready, you're going to hear a little crackle sound coming from the fish, which is telling you that they're ready to be removed. And I'll show you that step in the end. When I come to the end, I'm going to show you how I incorporate the rosemary and the vinegar, because vinegar is going to go in this too. So I'll see you in a few minutes. Thank you. Okay, I just added the last fish that I had left, and I just wanted to show you as they're being cooked that the oil is splattering. So if you had one of those grids that you put on top, those mesh grids, put it on top. It'll prevent the oil from splattering all over the place and also popping on you and burning you. I did get one on my hand. As you see, it's a little red. So be very cautious when you're cooking with oil, and what's causing it to pop is the flour that's in it. Because the flour's in it and the pan has less fish in it, it's a little hotter, but I want the fish to brown, so that's why I have it almost on high. It's between medium, high, and high. So just make sure you're watching it. Oil gets very hot. Make sure you don't tip it over. If you have one of those meshes, put it on top just to make sure that you're not splattering oil all over the place, as well as not having the oil popping on you and burning you. So this is a great dish. I remember my yaya would make it, and we would take it with us when we were out in the field picking olives or the bastica or anything else, and this would be our lunch. And I love it. It's one of my favorite dishes, and I hope you enjoy it too. I'll be back soon. I have 3 little fish left, almost cooked. Probably going to take them out any second. Okay, so I have my rosemary ready. I have a rosemary bush in the house. I just have to remember to water it, and I use it. So here is the fish. We're going to remove it from the heat. Okay, last fish out. Then I'm going to add the rosemary. Okay, I'm going to let it saute just a few minutes for that flavor to kind of infuse with the oil. And as that's happening, I'm going to add the last ingredient, which is the vinegar. So this is going to make a puff of smoke. Boil it down. So everything's infused now. You can leave the rosemary in like bunches if you want, but I decided just to do it as my grandmother did it. This is how she would do it when she would make these fish. I'm going to add a little more vinegar, but I'm also going to add maybe a little bit of oil. Probably not. I think the fish is already saturated with oil. I think this is good. I'm going to turn off the heat. And then I'm going to take this mixture and I am just going to pour it over the fish. Okay, I hope you enjoyed this segment of the smelts. You can make sardines out of this if you want to use the vinegar and oil and rosemary on something else, another fish dish. You can do that too. Enjoy! Καλή όρεξη!